In this lesson, we're going to further explore multidimensional arrays and the storing of variable values. In order to understand a multidimensional array, think of it simply as a table. In a two-dimensional array, we have what you can recognize as a simple table. Rows and columns are the two dimensionals that create this two-dimensional array. However, when we move into a three-dimensional array, we are no longer looking at multiple rows and multiple columns, but multiple arrays as well. Think of it as this example here. Multi-dimensional arrays are simply sets of tables, or sheets depending on where your tables are located. For the sake of our example here, however, we will only look at the two-dimensional array. We'll be creating a function for this multi-dimensional array example. We want to use this function to find what the Canadian dollar is worth in a foreign currency. When we run our function, we'll be inputting the currency that we want to convert into Canadian dollar to and how much we are converting. The output should be the amount worth of the foreign currency the Canadian dollar trades for. Looking at the first two statements, we find ourselves creating the input parameters for the function. Just like existing Excel functions such as sum, each function requires input in order to process an output. Here we are setting our function's incoming parameters and what data types the function is to expect. The second line finds us defining our two-dimensional matrix as a variant data type. We'll be inputting string, as well as single data types within our array. In order for our array to handle multiple data types, we must use variant. Notice the nomenclature of the rows and columns that we are creating within our rates array. We are telling VBA that we want to create an array that is 4 rows deep and 3 columns long. Remember that VBA starts indexes at 0. Now we begin to create the data for our array. Notice that we refer to the index locations in order to place our values. In order to better understand and visualize what this looks like, take a look at the spreadsheet. This is what the table looks like in VBA's memory. The first section is our row number, followed by our column number. Now that we have entered our data, let us create the meat of our function, what calculates our output value. We will use two tools that we have already learned in this lesson, the loop and the if statement. Beginning with the loop beginning at 4, we will start with telling VBA what value we are starting the loop at. I equals 0. Well, we could just use 0. We are using I here in order to have a dynamic variable to specifically iterate through our array's rows in order to specify the data we want our loop to look at. From 0, we go to the upper boundary of our rates, second column. What this means is we are looking at the upper boundary, or highest number of values within the second column of rates. If we look at our visualized table here, we will see that there are 4 total values within our column, and therefore we are looping from 0 to 3, or rows 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now that we know how many times we want our loop to run, we must tell it what to do. Starting with our if command, we are telling our function the following. If the currency symbol, the symbol that we have input into our function, is equal to the symbol found in our array rates, found in row 0, column 1, then let our function equal the amount we input into the function multiplied by the value found in row 0, column 2 of rates. If it is not equal, then move to our next I. Notice how we mentioned row 0 in both this instance. If we have not found our symbol, then we move on to the next row, as our variable I grows with each iteration as seen by next I. Our function will loop through the array until it either finds the correct symbol or reaches the end of the array, in which case it'll return an error as no matching symbol has been found. Hey guys, thanks for watching this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe from you. And if you want to learn more about Microsoft Excel, check out these videos above. And don't forget to check out our website, commercecurve.com, where we have lots of in-depth finance and accounting courses available with full training workbooks. All of our courses come with complete workbooks of lessons, examples, pre-built financial models, and training video. Hope to see you there.